Okay, Chronicle. A lot of it focuses on this character known as Andrew. Andrew's kind of an alienated loner kid who doesn't really get along with anybody, who decides to start videotaping everything. Probably not the smartest move. Right off the bat, you more or less find that he's got an abusive alcoholic father and his mother's dying. So, his cousin convinced him to go to a party. And since he's walking around a rave with a video camera, he kind of gets roughed up by some people, and then he's waiting outside. That's then when Steven shows up. Steven is the, one of the big men in their high school. And he's like, dude, you got the camera, right? Yeah. Yeah, I know, you're Andrew, yeah, I know your cousin. So then they head out to this weird hole in the ground that's pulsating, making loud noises. They go down and then there's this giant blue crystal thing that then glows red. And the next day they kind of all have powers. Now what would you do with telekinetic powers? Of course you would do mundane things like skip rocks across the pond, build a thing out of Legos. And then as they get stronger, they then decide to go essentially play football in the air while flying. So the vast majority of this movie is actually what can you do with telekinesis? And all of a sudden their lives kind of become focused around what they can do with their abilities. They try to set some ground rules again, like you shouldn't use this on people. You shouldn't hurt people, we shouldn't do this in public. We got to try to make sure that, we do things in a more controlled setting. Well, it's all kind of fun, they're all having a good time. But you can always tell slowly that Andrew, since he has this built up rage inside him, he occasionally has issues with it when he gets angry. And as his anger mounts, he begins to become really, really powerful. He's the most powerful one out of all of them. And then of course during your ending battle, it again is here's everything you do with telekinesis. They're flying, they're throwing buses, dropping helicopters, throwing cars, doing like a seismic wave and just tossing everybody everywhere. So I actually, if you saw the trailer and you went, oh, it looks pretty good, that is pretty much the entire movie. The occasional mundane thing, the occasional much larger, grandiose thing. The only downside is this movie with previews and commercials before it was like an hour and a half long. So I'd say this definitely falls into either, a Netflix, a rental, or more than likely probably a matinee. This isn't something you should... Sorry, I'm kind of sick, I might sneeze. This isn't the sort of movie you probably actually want to spend $7 on, or more, because that ends up being almost like $1 every 10 minutes. And while it's good and it's enjoyable, for 70 minutes, it'd sometimes be better off to rent or see in a matinee.